What happened, Tiffany? What happened?
Here's what she said before the caucus began.
They can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
What do you do tonight if you don't get the Democratic Party's nomination?
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight. You will see. My people out here. They're not going to go nowhere. The show will go on.
Yes, indeed, the show has gone on. In fact, the reason why Tiffany Haynard is back in the news again is she has been, I guess, subpoenaed. She has to show up to court actually today. So this is May 30th. This news headline from CBS News says former Dalton Mayor Tiffany Haynard could be jailed if she doesn't show up to court Friday. So that's fantastic. I gotta say, I love this woman. I'm obsessed with this woman. You have to appreciate the tenacity of some people. You really do. You gotta appreciate the tenacity. The FBI is probing into her. Thousands of dollars have gone missing. She's like a modern day mob boss. And if this doesn't tell you what it's like black people talk about, if we weren't being held down by white people, we would thrive. Well, Tiffany Haynard is a perfect example of what happens when black people are left to their own devices. She's the Chicago mayor, so she's running a predominantly black area. She's a black woman in power, in a position of power, and this is how it's turned out for her. Here's a video of a guy really just breaking down exactly what she's been up to, and this is gold. I'm just gonna tell you, it's gold.
Party I'm trying to do for the town, then I'm not gonna approve your liquor license. She basically used the town tax money to live a luxury life. First class flights, steak dinners, wigs, Tahoes. The list does not end with how much she balled off of the taxpayer. The word on the street in Dalton is that there's a few people that are in her circle collaborating with the feds. The walls are closing in. They know that the whole thing is going down, and to me, there's no way she doesn't do time. Tiffany Haynard basically took this small town and turned it into like a third world.
But can you have to respect it? Tahoes, first class tickets. Apparently also she's denying that as well. There's a video of her where she's up here. Hold on, I gotta pull it up. Where she is asked by a reporter if she indeed recalls that time on her lavish girls trip to Vegas. Turns out she does not really recall, or maybe if she does, she's not interested in owning up to that. At least you gotta hand it to her for not lying. So let's take a look at this video here. Again, this is her denying how much money she spent while she was supposed to be using the taxpayer money to improve the town, but she ended up going on girls' trips to Vegas. So let's check this out.
Anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
You're not going to answer how taxpayer dollars are being spent? That seems odd.
I just answered it. What do you mean? I just answered your questions.
You said you wouldn't answer about Las Vegas.
You asked me a question and I responded.
We can't band together at this time, at this moment. This is going to be Black History Month, right? Y'all all say Martin Luther King had a dream, but guess what? I am the dream.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. Black History Month. Of course I'm going to give away $1 million to help you pay your mortgage and your rent. Of course I am. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. We getting scrutinized in the media. For what? Loving on the people? Showing them that they matter to us? We going through the fires for y'all. It's Black History Month. As the first African-American female mayor of Dalton, of course I'm misunderstood. Y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of y'allself.
So there you go. More footage here. She also threw these lavish food drives and giveaways, which just ended up being like a money laundering scam where she made tons of money. So let's take a look at this.
Supervisor,
Oh, stop it, B.
come on now.
Go on, B, with all
People
that.
want to know what's next for
You
you.
know what's next. Why you out here? Why are you out here?
We
were there for Henyard's final food giveaway and a new tally of what she's cost taxpayers. On Easter weekend, cars lined up for blocks. Tens of thousands of tax dollars spent for another one of Henyard's famous food giveaways.
Our last hurrah, and I did not vote for that woman, and I never didn't vote for her before, but I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her. She's nasty.
She's giving us back what we already gave, but ain't nobody else doing that either.
Tiffany Henyard does spend a lot of money, some of it on worthwhile programs, but she's also benefited handsomely and questionably. Newly obtained records show last year Henyard was paid more than $347,000 from Dalton and Thornton Township, the two governments she runs. That's more than Chicago's mayor makes. Henyard's comp includes $282,000 from the township, which also gave her a $4,900 per month expense allowance and an $1,100 monthly vehicle allowance. That's despite the fact Dalton taxpayers spent six figures on two SUVs police used to chauffeur Henyard.
Trustee Gray Everett, Supervisor Henyard.
And did we mention Henyard hasn't attended a single meeting since she lost re-election?
Why haven't you been to board meetings since your defeat?
And work.
You don't want to answer? You're still getting paid. Why not go to the meetings?
It just proves that what she was doing was very selfish. It wasn't about the people.
Stephanie Wiedemann worked for the township for 20 years and blew the whistle on many of Henyard's antics.
If she would have just said, oh, I made a mistake, everybody would have moved on. We pointed out the mistakes and she put on the show. You know, everybody paid attention because every 2 weeks it was like a sitcom.
Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black.
Just unbelievable, folks. Like the hubris of these people. Again, this is what it looks like when you let blacks have power, okay? And it doesn't end there either, folks. She also was seen attacking people. They were having like a town hall meeting, like as towns do. And the people were protesting her. They weren't pleased with this black woman in position of power. And they came to this meeting and were going to voice their concerns. Well, her and her boyfriend ends up jumping the crowd. I don't know if YouTube will allow me to show this, but let's.
All those in favor say, all those against it say nay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. You go.
Oh, there you go. Fighting the people who do not agree with her. It just gets worse. We have to do a whole recap of this woman because, like I said, I'm in love with this woman. The hubris that she has is truly shocking, and you got to hand it to her. Plus, it's unbelievable content for me. So I'm actually really sad to see her go. She was actually voted out in that video that we first saw. That was them grilling her after when she said, we will dominate. We will rise. We will win. We will win. That was her before she was promptly booted from her position. So let's take a look at this now, shall we? This is her basically in the second clip comparing herself to Jesus.
Okay. Somebody know something. Don't nobody know nothing? Nobody. I know I ain't gonna get my due for it, but I'll take it as flattery, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Next. And all I can tell you is that I am a fighter, and y'all know that. So when you come for me, be prepared for the fight. Because at the end of the day, they talked about Jesus Christ. So why don't I think y'all not gonna do me the same way? Somebody that's healing y'all and helping y'all. Same thing I'm over here doing, right? Healing and helping. Okay. Somebody know something. Don't nobody know nothing? Nobody. I know I ain't gonna get my due for it, but I'll take it as flattery, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Next.
So there you go. She's basically like Jesus, folks. When anyone comes after her, she wants to let you know, hey, I'm sitting here hanging on the cross for your sins. I'm doing everything. I'm putting it all on the line for you. It just continues to get worse and worse. Here's what she had to say for the, quote, snitches who weren't pleased about her spending taxpayer money.
Hey guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor.
So, you guys doing a lot of snitching, and y'all went and got my site shut down. My Tiffany on the Move podcast. Tiffany Henyard on the Move podcast. Well, it's said that when truth speaks, everybody gets scared and everybody gets to running. Well, just like I told you, if you want the tea, get it from me. And if you want to check me out, because I got other platforms, go to Spotify. And that way you'll see Tiffany Henyard on the Move podcast. Yes, Spotify. And you can also go to Apple Podcasts, because those are different outlets to view all the content. And y'all asked me for the receipts, but I got the receipts right here on ice, like I always do. Y'all asked for it, and I'm about to deliver. I got episode after episode after episode. Just wait your turn. Yeah, your turn coming. Just wait. Y'all doing all that talking. Y'all doing all that lying. And I told y'all, stop lying on me before I start telling the truth on y'all. And that's what this is. Truth speaks right here.
I'm telling you, how do you not love this woman? Okay? We just have to sit back and let them tell them themselves. Let's take a look at this article now and see what exactly she's up to and what she's being charged with. So this is recent. Like, this is literally breaking news, hence why we're even talking about this now. Okay. So let me take it out of studio mode real quick. Former Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is due in court on Friday and could be put in jail if she fails to show up. Henyard is due in court for failing to produce records in a lawsuit against her and the village over documents that she hasn't handed over as part of a Freedom of Information Act request. A judge previously said Henyard could be fined $1,000 a day if she doesn't give the documents to the plaintiff's lawyer. If Henyard doesn't show up to court on Friday, she could be thrown in jail. Henyard is the subject of an expanded federal investigation into finances and spending in South suburban Dalton and how taxpayer money was spent in the neighborhood. Wait, hold on. See, this is the worst part. When I'm looking at the monitor, it keeps switching it. So that's what she's up to. The FBI is now inquiring into what this woman has been up to, because this is an example of black people off the chain. Literally, pun intended. And this is kind of how it goes. She fights her own black constituents. She yells and curses and screams whenever they decide that they don't actually want her and she's not God's gift to earth. And now it seems like if she doesn't show up to court, she will also be evading arrest. It's like a modern day crime boss. It's a modern day mafia don. Modern day mafia don in black. So you know what? I love her. I'm so sorry to see her go. I will miss her. I will miss her. I mean, not a day went by that there was not some new antic from Tiffany Henyard. But I'm sure we will find a new Crockett. What's that woman in Crockett? Jasmine Crockett. She's up there as well, but she's not quite as... She doesn't quite have the audacity and the tenacity of this woman, and that is why I like Tiffany Henyard.